What up, everyone? We are going to be in the kitchen today. I'm trying out a couple new things. Was troubleshooting a bit, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I will catch you in the kitchen in just a sec. I'm literally running up the stairs right now. Okay. Let me fix the camera a little bit. Let's see what happens. Oops, there's my fingies. My fingies. Better? Worse? Who knows? I mean, not great, but like, not too bad, right? How's the audio? It's okay, but let me actually, I want to turn down the music a bit. Give me 1 second. Hopefully that's better. I don't know. No worries though. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing a cooking stream on a Thursday, which is different than my normal Friday, mainly because I'm working tomorrow and I will be going to the Harry Potter exhibit thingy. It's opening in Boston tomorrow. So I'm gonna be there. Okay, sorry. I'm all like out of breath because I've been running up and down the stairs. I've been trying to troubleshoot a few things on the stream. Hello, Sandy girl. So I've been trying to fix a couple things, trying to make every stream a little bit better. So I hope that the audio is better this stream than it was last stream. I think before I had the receiver to the mic on my PC, which is a floor below us. So I think that could have been the reason why I was kind of in and out. But now it's connected directly to my phone, which is like the smart thing to do. So hopefully the audio is better because we're this close to each other. Secondly, the lights were kind of like flickery stroby last time, and I'm hoping that it doesn't really do that this time because I'm just using like ring lights and just like kind of more filming lights than using any type of my natural kitchen lights. So it's a little dim for me, but hopefully it looks good for you guys and it doesn't look too dark. But yeah, so here are the challenges, I suppose, now. One is that because my microphone, my audio receiver is connected to my phone, I'm held back by how charged my phone is. So as I was like testing a whole bunch of things, my phone so badly, so I need to recharge up some juice. Hopefully this will be enough for the stream. Who knows? But yeah, and then I did a lot of like testing to be like, okay, what if I do this or that or blah blah blah? And I'm realizing this is where I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna use this shit. Everything's broken because I was like going up and down the stairs trying to bandwidth stream to see what it was like, but also record it. And I'm realizing I don't think that what I'm recording and watching back is always what is actually streamed. So my bad. Maybe I wasted time doing that. I don't know. But we are here and we're ready to cook. So because we're starting a little later than I normally like, I usually like to be around 12. I prefer to go earlier than 12, but alas, shit happens. That's the way it is. I did get started on a couple things before I pressed. I did get started on a few things off stream. We are making spaghetti squash, like pasta today. So the first thing I did is I cut open my spaghetti squash and put it in the oven. Basically what I did is I pricked the outside with a fork. I actually put it in the microwave for maybe like 30 seconds at a time, maybe for a total of like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to help soften it up. Then I cut it in half, scooped up the inside, put it face down, like cut side down on a tray. after I had salt and peppered and olive oiled it. So it is in a 375 oven for about 45 minutes. Looks like we have about 20 minutes left. But yeah, so I figured I'd get that going while I was waiting for my phone to charge up and everything, so we'll see. Oh, another thing I'm trying to do as well, that's different than last time, is I'm going to use my actual computer and use the Twitch Stream Manager on a web browser instead of the app, which I wish I did on my iPad before. So hopefully I'll be able to see everyone's messages today. Unlike some of the previous streams where I didn't realize nobody was like, I thought everyone was chatting, but really people were, I just couldn't see them. So yeah, here's to hoping. Here is to hoping. Okay, so I'm looking down this way, that's because that's where my computer is. Anyway, okay, so let's, I don't know where we should start, because we're making turkey meatballs, and we're also going to make blondies. Maybe we can start, yeah, actually, why don't we start on the blondies, because I have the baking stuff out here, but also that we can, it'll probably take us 20 or so minutes to mix everything together, and then by that time, hopefully our spaghetti squash will be done. We can take that out, lower the temp. Great. Oh. Alrighty. I feel a little frazzled, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, let's grab the correct ingredients over here. Okay. Let's start off with melting some butter, actually. So, just so we know, I am following recipes, one from the Salty Marshmallow and one from Martha Stewart. So the Easy Blondie recipe is from thesaltymarshmallow.com. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never baked from this website. I've never baked blondies before, not out of a box anyway. So we're gonna see how it goes. That's what we do here. Okay. Oh, it's a cup of butter. Oh, I only have half a cup here. Okay, let me grab another one. Okay. Alrighty. Luckily, the butter just has to be melted. It doesn't need to be softened at room temperature, so we're good. Let's melt that. Okay, actually, we're going to do it all in one bowl. And it says we don't even need an electric mixer or anything, so that works for me. But actually, you know what? Let me grab that bowl back. I'm going to melt the butter in here. Okay. Let's melt this in the microwave. We'll do some 30-second intervals. And then actually, with the butter that's still on the paper, I'm just going to spread that into my pan. I am going to give it a pan too, but we'll just, don't want to waste the butter if it's there. Pam. Classic Pam. Making sure the shit don't stick. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. Let me, butter's obviously not melted yet, but we'll give it a little, mess around, and then give another go. Oh, I realized I don't have my apron on today, but, I guess that's okay. I don't always have to wear the apron. How do you like my bandana today? Cute? Cute? I want to keep my hair down, but still kind of have it pushed back a little bit. Okay. So after the butter, I'm just going to put my pan aside. So, we're going to do the butter. We need 2 cups of brown sugar. I have some brown sugar in the bag here. So we'll get 2 cups of that out. Okay, let's see. I got crumbs everywhere already. supposed to pack it too, so let's make sure it's nice and tight in there. Wow, she packed in. Okay. I'm gonna pack it in here, nice and tight. And I'm gonna grab some more brown sugar out of a different container. It's 1 cup. Look at that, right in there. Still maintaining its exact shape too. And then I'll pour the rest of this in here too. Grabbing some more brown sugar over here. A little dry in there.
That's what she said.
But let me try to break it up a little bit. We'll break it up, pour what we can in there, and then let's check on this butter. Oh, we are close. Let's do another 20 seconds, and then I'll mix it together. Amazing. Wonderful. There's a little something happening in there. Perfect. We have our second packed cup. I'm counting. Oh, you're talking. All right. Okay, we'll get that out in a second. Might need to clean up, do a little wipe down on the mic. Okay. I didn't fully pack these cups, mainly because as I was pouring it in, I'm accounting for the fact that there was overspill, like just in the bowl. Yeah, so again, a good estimation, guesstimation. Okay. And then in here, let's grab this butter. Probably didn't need that extra 20, probably could have been a solid 10. We'll give everything a quick wipe in here. Got my towel over here and just some paper towels just in case I got some messes. I feel like, so this microwave is pretty new to my family, and I feel like, I gotta start the habit of making sure we clean that shit nice and good. Because our last microwave was really crusty dusty, okay? I was a little embarrassed when the guy came to fix it. But, it's nice and new now. I'm looking for the right utensil in here. What should I be? Spoon or a spatula rather here. It's gonna mix up this butter. It looks good. Okay. Going to do eggs. Hold on. Before I forget something. Oh. We don't even need any white sugar. If I had to double check the recipe, it's always the smart thing to read the recipe and then read it again. Or you have to read the whole recipe before you start actually doing things. So then you don't realize that, hey, all that butter you needed wasn't actually for the dry mix, Some of it was for, I don't know, cooking something else. Or for the sauce. Alright, so we're gonna have our 2 eggs, our 2 cups of brown sugar, our 1 cup of butter, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract in here. Okay. And then once we can vigorously mix. Okay. That's what we're doing here. Give it a really good mix. I'm going to add the eggs. Got 2 here. Then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to make sure to scrape down the sides, like on a human mixing bowl. Okay. Let's make sure we get 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Did not realize that this wasn't opened all the way. I blame that on my mom, honestly. Like, girl, just take off the whole plastic thing. Like, she cut a little hole in it, and it's like, girl, get out of here. Just open the whole thing. Now we'll give it another teaspoon-ish. That's good. Might be too much. I'm worried now. Okay. Just in case. I feel much better now. Okay. We are mixing vigorously. Okay. Grab a little baby whisk here. Mix it away. Making sure all this shit gets nice and well combined. I'll show you what it looks like. Brown goo. Oh yeah, she's nice. Okay. Then let's add our flour. We're going to use 1 3/4 of a cup. With 1 3/4 of a cup of flour. Okay. I've never made blondies before, like from scratch or anything. So like, again, as I say all the time, my cooking streams are not a tutorial. It's an experience. And whether or not it's going to be a good experience, we never know until we're done. Okay? So that's the way we roll. Yeah. I will say I like blondies a lot because I feel like they taste like basically just like cookie without the chocolate chips. And I like a lot of cookie. I've said this many times on my stream at this point, but like I don't like it when my cookies have too much like chocolate chips and stuff, you know? I like the cookie part of it. So I feel like blondies taste like that part of the cookie, like the dough itself. All right, so we have 1 3/4 of a cup in here. And then we need to add some baking soda and salt. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do, I guess, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon. All right. Baking powder, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Interesting. I never know. I feel weird when I like measure salt. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. If you say so, I'm like, damn, that much salt? Guess so. That's good. Okay. Putting all that aside, and let's go back to mixing. Mixing vigorously until it's all combined. I like that this is do it all in one bowl, because you know a lot of recipes would be like mix your dry ingredients in a separate bowl, then your wet ingredients, and then add it little by little, which is totally cool, and I get it. It's like the rules of baking, but I'm like, what about the rules of being lazy? You know, how about that one pot shit? I like that. I like me a one pot meal. Put everything in the same spot. Oh yeah, the batter's turned a little bit more like a caramel color. You can see that? Like light baby poop, I guess. Okay. I'm just gonna try to break up any of the little clumps of like flour, or I think I'm seeing some of the brown sugar. Let me get that sealing in here. If anything too, I might just grab a spoon and just like push it against the side to break it up. That's another thing I like. Okay, oh yeah. I'm seeing pockets of flour be exposed. Let's give it off. Okay, and let me just use my spatula now to wipe down the sides and just make sure all of the like extra flour bits and dry bits that have gone along on the edges are folded in. Oh yeah, this batter looks very smooth, very nice. Okay, hell yeah. Let me see if it tastes good. This is when I give the disclaimer that y'all probably shouldn't do this, allegedly, so, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh yeah. Whatever, blah, 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 raw eggs, you know, whatever, salmonella. So that's my disclaimer. Don't be doing the things I do. Do it at your own risk. It's pretty good. It is pretty freaking good. It's like the color of cookie batter. If anyone's had that what's it called? The Biscoff cookies. It looks like this color. It's very good. Very good. I'm fighting the urge to just like not only lick the spoon but like do one of these and then lick the spoon. Okay. I think we are all set with this then. This is gonna be an easy bake today. Let me just collect everything into this little bowl. Okay. And then we'll pour it right into our little pan. Obviously the oven is in use right now, so we won't be able to put it in quite yet. That's okay. Our spaghetti squash in the oven is hopefully almost done, and then we can just lower the temperature from 375 to 350, and we'll throw the blondies in there for about a half hour. And hopefully the baking powder we put in will help it just, puff up nice. Okay. A misconception too about recipes, if you're ever doing any baking recipes, is that if you want to make a bigger batch and you want to double the recipe, you probably don't have to double the the baking powder or baking soda aspects of your recipe. I don't know what percentage you should increase it, but it might not have to be double. Just putting that out there. So if you use the eye test, it's probably gonna be fine. I don't know. In every way I can, I try to make baking as chill and lax as I think cooking can be. Doesn't always work, but I try. Okay, here we go. Oh, she's delish. Okay. I'll just give her a tap. Just to kind of get rid of some of the air bubbles. Cool. And she is ready for the oven in about 2 minutes, or maybe a little more. Okay. Excellent. I have another sip of water. I'm actually drinking a liquid IV. Hopefully it's going to help me get hydrated faster, quicker. Alrighty. Let me wash my hands very quickly. I'm going to bring some of these third dishes into the sink, and then we can start on our meatballs. Okay. I'm using just a towel under my cutting board just to keep it from sliding around. Another kitchen hack, kitchen tip for you in case you didn't know. Okay. I'm gonna crossing. And we're saving those eggshells for the garden. Okay. I love cooking, but my least favorite part of it is the dishes that I have to wash after. Okay. Make sure everything's good and soaking. I hate that shit when food gets all dry and stuff. Makes washing dishes a lot less fun, even though it was never fun in the first place. Okay. I'm gonna hang on to this bowl, use it as my scrap bowl, my garbage bowl. Put this over here. All right, looks like our squash is done. Timer off. Let's see. Oh, she says lemon there. Ooh, hot. Okay. Let me pull out our spaghetti squash. Smells really good. And granted, it's literally salt, pepper, olive oil. I mean, you can't like go wrong, can you? Like, look. So, ooh, it's hot. This is where they are on here. Again, I just put them cut side down. Oops. I put them cut side down with little salt, pepper, olive oil. Put it in there. Put it in the oven 375 for about 45 minutes. Hopefully, I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit, and then I'll be able to kind of use a fork to scrape the insides and make our noodles, our spaghetti. Yeah. Now let me actually lower the temperature here to 350 instead, because we're a little too hot. And so then when that's ready, I'll put the blondies in. Yay! Okay. And then let's start making these meatballs. Okay, what do I have here? Let me pull out my ingredients. I brought most of them out here already, but let me put them up front so you can see. Then I figured we're gonna kind of do a one pot thing too in here as well. So I'm going to cook the meatballs in this pot. You will see me using this pot every single week if I can, because I love that I can like cook in front right here. And you know, if I had that beautiful house that has an island with, you know, the hob in the center, I'd love that. But alas, we don't. Perfect. That was very quick. Okay, we're gonna put these right in here. And we'll set the timer for 30 minutes. Okay. Timer for 30. And let's... Perfect. Okay. And then we'll check on it then. Okay. Let me see. All right, so I have turkey here. I got ground turkey that's 93 to 7. Not gonna lie, I low-key was like, should I get the 85-15? But I didn't. I have, obviously I'm gonna use some salt and pep. I have oregano and thyme here. I'm gonna bring out some panko. Breadcrumbs works too. These ones are seasoned with pecorino romano cheese. Okay, that works. And then, I'm bringing an egg out. So egg and breadcrumbs, obviously for the binding. I have mushrooms that I'm just going to use just in the pasta. Mushrooms and broccoli will be for the pasta later. So I'm going to maybe just put that aside for now. Hey big guy, how you doing? The cooking's going okay. I got a bit of a late start today to the stream, but I'm trying to make it a little better, hopefully. You can let me know too if the audio is a little better than it was last time. Hopefully the lights are a little better too. Here's hoping. But it took me a little bit to kind of mess around to figure it out. So I'm not gonna, today's stream will be kind of a speed stream just because I have a finite amount of time when the kitchen can be unoccupied and only be up for me. So yeah. And also I think I might have to make my cooking streams on Thursdays now because I will be busy tomorrow. I am working. I've mentioned already that I have a new job, but I'll be working pretty much every Friday. And tomorrow, specifically, I'm going to the Harry Potter exhibition thingy. So I'm going to be busy tomorrow. You're doing okay? I'm glad to hear that. And it says it seems a little better, not cutting out anymore. That's good. If it's a 1% better, I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. Okay. So let's. My little parsley's are getting kind of sad over here, probably because they've been sitting out waiting to be used. Okay. Let's see. Let's cut up some onion and garlic. You know, I feel like every good recipe starts that way. Onions and garlic. So let's cut those up. Okay, I have a half of an onion. I have a pretty big onion that I used earlier this week, so you don't want anything to go to waste. We'll use that. And I got this cleaver here. This is the knife I cut the butternut squash with earlier. So, all right, we'll chop away. So the idea is we'll chop everything away. We're going to saute the onions and garlic in this little pot skillet thing here. It'll be a good time. And then I think, so we're gonna add a bit of those onions and garlic, not only into meatballs, but it'll be an aromatic in our pasta, in our final pasta dish as well. But I feel like, again, even though it's, according to the calendar, it's technically not autumn yet, and granted, this whole week's weather has been pretty warm, so it still doesn't feel quite like autumn, but I was in the mood, okay, for a spaghetti squash. I haven't made spaghetti squash in a while. So I'm gonna have that. Okay, we're gonna have to do the smash method. Okay. These are like the little tiny garlic cloves that are just like in the inside of the big bowl. So I'm like, all right, let me just use these up because I prefer them big fatties on the outside. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to peel everything to get the like little skins off of it. And then I will start chopping everything up. And the other reason why I'm letting my spaghetti squash here cool, but also I believe that, you know, the like residual steam and stuff that's like in the center of the squash will help kind of like soften up even further. So when I was younger, my parents used to make sausage a lot, like Laotian sausage. Let me tell you, oh, the amount of garlic I've peeled, lemongrass I've had to blend up, like green onions I've had to wash. It's like borderline traumatic. That's why I always found it really weird. People didn't have certain things in their house, or I'm like, I always had garlic and green onions and lemongrass in my house. Which I'm realizing now that we don't like make sausage like that anymore. That it's not very common. And lemongrass is kind of expensive. Well, you know what I did see? I did see lemongrass powder exist, and I was like, yo, that could be the move. I have never seen that before, but then one of my friends posted it on her story. So, that'd be delicious. Because I freaking love lemongrass. Like, that's one of my favorite smells. Favorite aroma. Alright, let's cut this onion too. I think for this recipe, you could probably just use one smaller size onion, like half of it for the meatballs, half of it for the skillet. But because this is a pretty big onion, I thought I was going to use the whole thing for what I was making. I was making to myself like 2 portions of pasta, and this bitch was way too big. I love onions, but damn, we didn't need that much. But yeah, so I will mentally prepare to put like, you know, half the amount in the meatballs and half the amount into the final pasta dish. Alrighty. Chopping away. I'm using a bigger knife than usual today, just because I had to cut that spaghetti squash. It's like big fruit, big vegetables can be intimidating. Like if you try to cut, like, you know, when it's like watermelon or like a butternut squash, but I'd say specifically when the fruits are kind of tough or the vegetables are kind of tough, it's a little intimidating. But I think that having a big knife, which can also be intimidating, is how I prefer to cut those things. Just because I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna make it through the whole item, you know. I like onions and garlic. I try not to eat a lot of onions now because it tends to make me fart more. I mean, yeah, should be trying to make you fart. I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, everyone farts, right? Everyone farts. Although if you do it in the privacy of your own home, eat as many onions as you want. I thought you were going to talk about the bad breath thing, which, I mean, I feel you, but you know, people always talk about how, like, onions and garlic make your breath stink, which is true, but, like, you know, maybe that's probably why I'm always like, yo, I need gum. I need a mint. Because I get, like, self-conscious about that. Because I fucking love onions and garlic. So sometimes I'm like, all right, let me just make sure I have options here. Or, like, I was also someone who, like, would carry, like, a floss or a toothpicks with me, too, because I'm always self-conscious about having food in my teeth. And so like after I eat, I'm always like, yo, let me just like give myself a quick check. Let me do hopefully I don't have any broccoli spinach stuff in my teeth or anything. Or sometimes the surprising things will get to me, like eat a lemon poppy seed muffin or something. You better check those teeth for the poppy seeds. They're both delicious. Indeed, they are, Sandy girl. Tina is in a meeting, but love this lighting. I'm glad you love it, because you know what? I wasn't sure about it because I don't have any lights on in the kitchen, like any of my normal kitchen lights. I have just some ring lights here, and it feels a little dark in person. I can still see, I guess, but it's a little moody. But I definitely think it took it. The camera's not like strobing anymore, which is good. But I don't know how this will look in the winter, just because I have like the windows and curtains open and like the door here. There's no like curtain on it and it's like open. So we'll see. So we can like, live with that natural light in. But you know, I'll deal with that when we gotta deal with that. That's shooting today. Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? My bad. I need to plug this in. Okay. So this is when I create a trap for myself over here. So I can have the extension cord here. So I can use this to cut it. Go. I'm gonna put it on like, I don't know, 350 or something. Let it do its thing. Okay, and then we'll put some olive oil in there. Y'all see this? The amount of onions here. There's only half an onion. It looks like a freaking lot of onions. Okay. That's me. Put some oil in here. We'll let that do its thing for a bit. Got some tongs here for when we're ready. All right. And we'll save some of these for the compost. It's all the like, you know, the onion and garlic skins. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to. So when we cook the onions and garlic in here, we're gonna set it aside. And what I thought I was gonna use as a garbage bowl, I'm actually gonna use as a mixing bowl. Let me move some of these out of here. I'm gonna quickly just throw these into our little compost bin. Great. I mean, I'll be real with you. Like, I don't really have a green thumb. Not because I don't like the idea of gardening. I just don't like outside, or like outside isn't like me. But my parents do, like my dad does, and I'm like so proud when he like brings in stuff. I'm like, oh my god, we grew like kombucha squashes recently. We had a few like fruit this year, which was awesome. We've had some really good soups with that. And he's growing corn, like obviously not like a corn maze or anything like that, but like we've had actual ears of corn to eat, which is pretty sick. And I'm like, damn, I love this shit. Like I love the concept of it. And I hope that one day I'll be able to do something along those lines, or maybe just like in a greenhouse or something. Because you also be fighting weeds and like, you know, stray cats, neighbors' cats, that type of stuff, or like random bunnies and stuff. And then it just, and the mosquitoes too have been crazy. So I think gardening is a great hobby, and I'm glad my parents do it. Yeah, it's always nice to get, you know, the fresh tomatoes, the fresh cherry tomatoes, and the fresh chili peppers is always nice too. Let me see how we're doing here. Oh, okay. I guess we gonna be ready soon. Okay. Let me lower it then. I'm gonna lower it a bit. Oh yeah, she's steaming. Okay. Gonna. Oh yeah, you hear that sizzle? I did not realize. I did not realize you were hot and sizzling already. Hot and ready. Toss her around. We'll add a little bit of oregano and thyme in here too. I'm going to add some into the meatballs and into our final dish as well, but you know. Do a little something. Let's do oregano. It definitely would be better if it was fresh, but alas, we ain't got that right now. I'll say it time and again. I'm not a professional. I'm just a regular ass person, and I actually enjoy cooking. And sometimes I just want to cook with what I got. Sometimes it'll be something where it's like, oh, I want to do something special, but you know, as a regular person, it's like this is what it's really like to cook, you know. Okay. Let that do its thing. Great. Let me see. Let's go into the meatballs now, I think. Okay. This is where I'm like, I'm reading the instructions and they're fine, but I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just do my thing. Let me do my thing. Okay. We're going to put 1 package of turkey in here. I think this is like a little over a pound or something. Yes, it's 1.3 pounds. I don't know how they decide that, not just to give you like 1 pound, but like, it'd be what it be. And anyway, as I said too, I grabbed the 93 to 7% fat. Again, I'm gonna be real. I low-key wanted to get that 85 to 15 because I like that fat, but I didn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But you know, I like that soft, fatty flavor. You know what I had for dinner last night, which was freaking delicious? I met up with a friend for dinner. He's what we're what we call low maintenance friends, where it's like I see him maybe once every 3 months, maybe or something, and we're not friends who like text each other often. Like we'll send each other memes every once in a while, you know. But super laid back, super chill. He's one of my best friends I made from a restaurant that I worked at. And I'm gonna be real with you, like at one point at this restaurant I worked at, if he wasn't working, I was gonna be miserable for sure. Like it would significantly make my day worse if he wasn't there. But yeah, but anyway, we went to get Korean food last night. And I got the pork belly, the braised pork belly sam. So it's like a lettuce wrap. That shit was bomb. Like the way they cook the pork belly is so good. Like it's obviously soft and tender because it's been braised, but the way the meat melts, but the fat fucking melts, man. It's like soft, man. I'm telling you, you could fucking spread that shit on like bread or whatever. It's really fucking good. But anyway, I had the leftovers for breakfast and it was amazing. Yeah, I love having friends like that, like low maintenance, you know? Okay, these are sizzling away. What do I want to grab? Oh yes, grater. We're gonna grate some cheese into our meatballs. Let's grab Parmesan. This is Parmesan, right? No, this is Pecorino. Let me grab Parm instead. Okay, let me stick it over here. Because also there's pecorino in the breadcrumbs too. So I don't want to go too crazy. I'm just going to sprinkle some Parmesan in here. And I'll probably use some on my pasta later too. Again, I'm not measuring. I'm being kind of willy-nilly. Just by sight, by feel. Sure. I don't know. Sure, I guess that's good. Okay. And then we're gonna do some breadcrumbs. Probably gonna do like tablespoon and a half or something. We'll see. And if anything, we can see how we feel and try it again. Add some more if we need to. Okay. Now I'm gonna do an egg and some of this stuff in here. Okay, now I'm going to put this on keep warm. Okay. And I'm actually going to put some of this mixture in this little container here. Yeah, we'll do that actually. For a hot second, I was like, why? You know, we can just leave this in here. We're going to cook everything in here later. But then I remembered I want to cook the meatballs in here too. So let's just put the onions and garlic that we've cooked in here now that they've been, you know, a little, they have some color on them now. So there's a little more extra flavor. And I think adding all the heat, stirring up in there, release, you know, the aromatics. It's like, you know how you have to get your spices to bloom. I feel like we have some blooming, blossoming onions and garlic in here. Okay. I kind of want to make this as clean as I can, like the pot, just because when I cook the meatballs in here, I don't want the remaining bits to like burn, you know? We'll see. We'll see what I can get. This looks pretty good. And then I'll scrape the two ends here with what I can. All right. And then we can mix away. I'm also going to add a little bit of oregano in here and salt and pepper too. Again, my worry with meatballs, especially making turkey meatballs, is that it's going to be dry. And that's always something that I'm mindful of. So I try to do what I can to make sure it's not. That's why I was like, should I get a fattier one? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to take my rings off because I'm going to put my hand right in there. Okay. That one's a little tight. I will say it's a little, it is a little hot because of the onions and garlic. So maybe when you put your hand in here, just be careful not to grab those right away. Gotta mix things in, let it cool a little bit. I have to add an egg in here. I'm gonna add more breadcrumbs as well. This needs, I can already tell, this needs more flavor. I can already see it. Like, I don't know how I feel about this recipe. You know what I will say though? I may be using more turkey than they had anticipated. Let me double check something. Oh yeah. That might be why I'm like, yeah, there's like no stuff in here. And it's like, oh, that's because this recipe that I'm looking at is for significantly less meat. So I'm gonna add more of everything. Yeah, I can tell, man. I'm gonna add, as soon as I added the onions and garlic, I was like, I feel like there might need to be more. And there might need to be. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more that I put in here. Oh yeah. Come on. Perfect. Amazing. I'm gonna add an egg into here as well. You also don't wanna like overwork the meat either. Break that up. Right here. And then I'll probably wipe my hand and just add a little more salt and pep. Other things you can add too, like I've added like even soy sauce into my meatballs before. Again, just adding a little more extra like flavor. Because obviously we have garlic and onions in here, we have salt and pepper, we have oregano, but I'm like, yo, sometimes you just be needing more. And we also want to make sure that everything's binded together well. I'm going to actually cut up these this fresh parsley that I have right here. Okay. Yeah, let me wash my hand really quickly. If I was smart, I would have cut that parsley first, and I would have just added a crap ton of the spices. But alas, that's how it goes sometimes, fam. Let me wash my hands. And let's see what that timer says. About 7.5 minutes on those blondies. Okay. Alrighty. Let's cut up these the parsley right here. What I like about this recipe too is that, it's nice that there's no like, don't have to worry about any of the raw meat touching like the surfaces because it's all been in the bowl. Love that for us. Great. So you can also use obviously some of the parsley to top your dish after, which I think we'll set a little bit aside for that. Yeah. Put it in this little corner up there. Wow. Okay, great. I guess we'll go back in. We're gonna go back in there. I want to grab a little bowl. So I don't know what the why I don't see this more often. I don't know if it's because it just it affects the flavor or blah blah blah. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the idea of microwaving meat is not it. But that was the way my mom had always tested out the flavors when she's cooking a big dish like this. So it's if you were gonna make egg rolls for a party, it's you want to make sure that the meat that you have tastes good, right? So she'd also just put a little bit in a plate and microwave it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and I already know that we need more salt and pepper in it too, but I want to just see what it tastes like. I just put a little pat like that, and I want to put it into the microwave. For 30 seconds, call it done. Okay, I'm gonna bring out my little container of salt, just so I can sprinkle it. This is when I'm damn, I need the salt and pepper versions. Oh yeah, she's cooking. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, she looks hot. Grab a fork. Let me taste her. My hand is just full of raw meat. Yeah. As expected. It needs a little bit more it's just plain. So let's add. You know what we're gonna add? We're gonna add more things. Let me go to the spice cabinet and I'm gonna be right back. Washing my hands, be quick. And then we're gonna grab a little bit of smoked paprika and maybe some the umami stuff. All right, knocked the Chinese spice out of the cabinet. My bad. My bad. Oops. Okay. My bad, y'all. Okay. Got a little bit more salt. Freshly cracked that. A little bit more pepper. Okay. We're gonna do some of this is the mushroom umami seasoning from Trader Joe's. Let me pour it into my hand before it comes all out. There it is. Which I think will complement our dish well, just because we're gonna put mushrooms in the pasta too. So this kind of makes sense. I'm gonna put a little bit of smoked paprika in here. Just add a bit of obviously smokiness, but a little bit of kick. Nothing crazy. Because I'm not adding I didn't add any red pepper flakes or anything. So yeah. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll mix this up in here, we'll give it a little taste, and then we'll start cooking away. But basically as I'm mixing, I'm just basically using my hands to fold it in. Where you fold is you pick up on the outside and push it into the center. And I just keep doing that. But yeah. But again, you don't want to overwork it, so just be careful. Just want to make sure that everything gets incorporated. Right here. And back into the microwave. I'm really hoping this is going to be the good batch. I'll put it in for 20 this time. We have 2.5 minutes for our blondies before we're gonna check them. So So because I'm going to the Harry Potter thing tomorrow, I was trying to find a cute outfit, and I'm like, I'm a Ravenclaw, so I want to represent. But I didn't know what to do because like I don't have like Ravenclaw stuff. But I think I have a couple of blue shirts that I can work out. So I think I want to wear like a schoolgirl uniform type thing, where it's like a skirt and just a top or whatever. But we'll see. Much better. Much better. That's very good. I think it's missing just a bit of, first of all, I think it's missing a little bit more salt. Now you can think that like all my shit meant salty. But I think just a little more salt and probably just a splash of like red wine vinegar or something. It needs a little bit of acidity, in my opinion. So let me grab that. This is what happens, y'all. Like, you know what? I try to follow a recipe and I'm like, yay, and they bring out all those things. And it's like, you know what? No. I should have brought out some like backup stuff. And now I know. Okay. And see, ideally, I would like to do all this like not step at a time because I keep having to like, work the meat. And I ain't trying to work it too hard, But alas, here we are. It's all good. And the reason why I'm really focused on these meatballs being delicious too is that I don't want to have to use, I want to be able to save some of them. Like I don't think I'm going to cook all of this. I'm going to save some of it just and put it in the freezer so I can make meatballs or patties or something another time. A little bit of meal prep, yeah. Okay. We'll do that for 20. Not 72. 20 here. And our timer is about to run out on the oven, so I'm actually just going to stop the timer now. And leave it be. I'm going to wait to taste that, and if it's pretty good, then I will check on these. I'm going to give my hand a wash and then check on the blondies. Okay. Ouch, hot, hot, hot. The plate is hot. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Definitely has like flavor. Nice. Good job, Nils. Thanks, chat. Thanks for your emotional support. You want to wash my hands again? Okay. My hands are wet. Give them a nice dry. Let's check on these blondies. Okay, let me grab. Okay, well, it looks great. I'm gonna poke it in right in the center. Nothing came out. Okay, great. Great. Then we'll leave it here, let it do its thing. We'll turn off the oven. It's 1:30, y'all. Happy 1:30. Did everyone have lunch already? Okay. Alrighty. So now we can actually get started on cooking these meatballs. I'm going to put my little parsley in this little dish here. Set this aside. We're setting a lot of things aside. I think I'll probably get that salt and pepper. Alright then. Okay, I'm going to clear some of these things out of the way. Alrighty. All right, hell yeah. Okay. Now what's the move, dude? We're gonna have to make these into balls. Hence meatballs, right? Okay, so we're gonna make these into balls. Let me just grab a spoon. I'm gonna grab a spoon, make some balls, And I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this pan, and then we'll give them some browning. But for this one, you can actually probably, what I like about having this pan too, because it's like, you know, shallow and wide, you can put a good amount in here at once. I fuck with that. I'm literally using the eye test with these. I don't know how big they are, like what, tablespoon or so? Maybe a little less, a little more. Probably a little more than a tablespoon. Okay. I'm just gonna form what I can here. So basically we're just gonna give them a brown just because they're gonna cook more in our final dish as well. So we're gonna add everything into our little pan here. We're gonna add a little bit of like water or stock if you have it. So yes, I don't need to cook them all. They don't need to be perfect either. Let's do like, I don't know, 7, 8. Let's do 8. Why would I do 7? That's like not a good number. Oh, I guess we should turn it up. Let's turn it up. Okay. Here we are, guys. Back hands deep into the meat. Okay. Maybe we'll do 9 because it looks like 9 might fit really nicely in here. Okay, we're gonna start to sizzle. Maybe 12 will fit. I don't know. I just want to fit what looks nice in the pan. Oh, thank you for Gistad. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Apologies I didn't hear it. Okay, awesome. Oh yeah, these 6 are going. They're sizzling away. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to give them all a bit of a browning on each side. I'm not really going to check to see if the inside's cooked because, again, they're going to cook. They're going to continue to cook further. Yeah, let's do 12. Okay. Great. That is 8. Now I'm saying, well, let me use a spoon to help me so that I can get, like, you know, prevent my hands from getting so dirty. But yet here we are. Yes, we've washed our hands many times today. Okay. But you see me wash them all the time, so you know that they've been clean as fuck today. Hello, I am well, thank you. How are you doing today? I'm doing much better now that, you know, we're cooking away. I know that the food's going to be done soon. I can have a lunch today. So then I'm going to just make these last 2 and then basically start turning the top ones. We're basically in, you know, a schedule here. Like the top ones have been cooking longer on one side. So now we got to flip those and give the other ones time to cook. Like I'm an assembly line. Okay. Let me wash my hands real quick now that we have all 12 in here. And then I'll start babysitting those. Excuse me, guys. Okay. I feel like we might be sizzling a little too much, so let me turn down the heat. Oh yeah. We were sizzling a little too much, I think. Oh yeah, but they're definitely browning. I'll show you them closer when they're like, you know, when I can pick one up without it falling apart. Okay, some of them got lots of color. These look really good, actually. I'm not even gonna lie, they look really good. Because again, as much as like I'm cooking with you guys, it's like, you know, a lot of this is still an experiment for me. Like, I don't know how it's gonna be every time. I don't have like the blind confidence where I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. It's more just like we'll see, and hopefully it's edible. Doesn't always need to be like beautiful, perfect, you know, but edible is like the bare minimum, right? I'm doing good. By the way, you can call me G. I don't even know how to pronounce my Twitch name. All right, G. And Drop Kage. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. You like to bake as well? I do. I actually, when I was younger, I used to bake a lot. Like during the holidays and stuff, I'd always make treats and stuff for my friends. And we're making blondies right now too. But I think as I've gotten older, that's kind of one of the hobbies I set aside, put on the back burner really. And I think that one of the things I'm really liking about streaming and doing cooking streams is that it makes me want to, you know, like try new recipes or like, hey, I've never done this before. Let's see what's gonna happen, you know. Because I'd also love to do like a decorating stream too. Because you know, I watch a lot of like, you know, people making fun cupcakes and you know, multi-tiered cake decorations and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's cute. That could be me, I think. Can it though? And my sister was really into that too for a while. Like she like, you know, has a whole bunch of like baking stuff, like fondant, cake plates, all that stuff. So I think that'd be fun. I wouldn't have to bring out the stand mixer though. Okay. These are looking great. Again, these are not fully cooked by any means, but the browning on the outside things. I'll pick up the ones that I can and show you. Let me see. You see that? Oh, a few little drippy. A little bit of brown on the edges. Yeah, it's definitely not cooked on the inside. But that's not what we're going for right now. Okay. I just want to be sure that I don't like smush them, you know, because then they'll fall right apart. They will not be balls. I'm going to put this stuff aside. Okay. And then let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Cook this, cook that. Brown these meatballs. Okay. So now that they've been kind of browned, actually, I'm going to put them aside onto a plate. Yeah, that's the move. Okay, we'll use this plate. I'm going to put these onto this plate. They've been browned. Again, I'm able to pick them up without them like collapsing, which is great news. Some of the onions have come out of the roll balls. That's okay. I think sometimes also because when I like picked it up, it kind of squeezed out, but it's alright. A bit more flavor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I have a plate of browned meatballs here. Alright. Okay, so thing we'll do now. I'm going to put the rest of the onions and garlic that we had sauteed earlier. Put them back in here. I'm going to quickly chop up the mushrooms that we have as well and throw those in here and start sauteing them. And obviously the water will come out of those soon. We'll add some liquid to our dish. Okay. Let me bring my cutting board back. Ooh, that sizzling. Oh, hell yeah, you know. You know it ain't real unless it be sizzling. I love that shit to sizzle. I'm just going to put these mushrooms, nothing crazy, kind of just like giving it a chop, rough chop really. Because I think obviously the mushrooms will wilt, but also I don't like them too small either because then I don't think you can't tell there's mushrooms in there. I like when the mushrooms still look like mushrooms, you know? Okay, great. So throw these in here as well. Wonderful. We're gonna cook these mushrooms. Yep. Okay, I mean, yeah. See, this one is like, I'm looking at the recipe and I'm like, I got this. Like, no worries, man, I got this. So we're gonna just let it kind of do its thing here. I'm gonna let the mushrooms do what they gotta do. I might add a little bit of water. I'm gonna add a little bit of water anyway, but let me do that. Just, you know, to help the mushrooms get going. And also, the garlic and onions have already been browned and stuff, so it's not like we're losing those brown bits, really. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna leave them in here, put the lid on, let it kind of simmer a bit. Okay. And actually what I'm gonna do now is, I think it's time, oh yeah, for our spaghetti squash. Our spaghetti squash, y'all. Oh yeah, alrighty. I'm gonna bring it right onto here. Ooh, and nice and soft. I didn't even touch them before, but they're super soft. Alright. I have an important question. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I think on a technicality, yes. I think a hot dog is a sandwich. Because you know what? I'm gonna be real. Sometimes the bun with that's connected, it disconnects a lot. So it feels very much like two pieces of bread and a hot dog in between. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the fork and just kind of, you know, pull the insides, pull the meat of the spaghetti squash together. You see, look how great it looks. See that? It was just olive oil, salt, and pepper in there. Delish. A great way to get some veg into your diet. Low carb. And if you didn't want to do meatballs, you know, you can make like vegan if you want. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna rip it up in here. Now people also do like them boat dishes too. Perfect for that. Okay. Oh yeah. It's sizzling. Great. Mushrooms still probably need a little bit more time, but I'm not a hater. I like that. Let me see. Let me do a small one. I would say a hair more time. Not very much though. But I think it will be okay. Let me see this stuff. Blah blah blah. Cook stuff. Yeah, so I guess what you can do, if you want, and I'm actually gonna do this, I'm gonna put the spaghetti squash in the skillet. You don't have to. You can literally put this on a plate and serve everything on top, like the meatballs and the mushrooms and stuff on top. No worries. But I'm not gonna do it that way. Let's do it again. Why? We can just put it all in one. Okay. Now that the mushrooms are kind of going, I want to throw these meatballs back in here. Also, let me try to scrape all the juicy flavor in there too. We're gonna do that. This is also a good time to add a little bit of water. Again, if you had like a bit of chicken stock, feel free. I just don't have a carton of chicken stock, and I just didn't want to buy one for it. So I'm gonna use maybe like half a cup of it today. That's kind of lame. So put the lid back on, let it do its thing. Make sure I'm scraping all this stuff out, and then we can actually add this into there as well. And we can do a little bit of taste testing, see how we feel. Yeah, but I actually might put a dash of cream in it too to make the sauce a little saucier. Spaghetti squash is too mushy for my liking, but good for just a side veggie. Yeah, I mean, I think it also depends too. I think that if you were to take, like, I wonder if it depends if you put it in for less time in the oven, but also like, see how these are little stringies? If you sauteed them, like dry sauteed them to make them like crispier, like something that could be worth trying. So I don't know what it'd be like. Because I also feel like, you know, in the way that like with like shredded potatoes and stuff like that, if you just like actually have all the strings and lay them out and dry them out a little bit, or dehydrate them or some sense, or just like bake them pretty like intensely, I feel like they wouldn't be as mushy. Because some of these have like a lot more water content than the others. But yeah, kind of depends. I also have never had spaghetti squash as a side dish though. We are sauteing away in here. Okay, so I'm going to add a little cream. I can't reach from here, I can't. Okay, hopefully, we just go over these wires. Okay. Alright. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gymnastics here. Okay. My pants are too tight for this shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I made it. I made it, guys. I'll do a little bit of cream. I'm flabbergasted. I thought there was only green squashes. Nah, there's so many squashes, man. The gourd squash family has a lot to offer. Yeah, I can even add a little bit more cream. I'm gonna add a little more liquid. I do love the color right now of our little liquid sauce here. It's picking up a lot of like the brown from everything else in here. And I will say, I think generally speaking, it's very brown in this dish, which is fine, you know, whatever, it be what it be. Food is the color it is. But I think I want to add the broccoli into it to give it some more color. Obviously, the yellow squash will be nice. The yellow spaghetti squash will be nice. But yeah, and you can add like spinach or something. I think spinach might even be better. However, I have broccoli in my fridge, so that's what we're going to use. You know, not being picky here. I'm actually going to I'm going to double check the meatballs. Because again, I think because we already like semi-cooked them, it shouldn't take too much longer for them to cook in here. But yeah, I think it needs a little bit more time, but nothing crazy. And then I'm going to scoop the spaghetti squash into here too. And it also can help me see which parts I didn't scrape enough. And so I think Teenies was saying too, I think another reason why I think it'd be nice to, if you wanted to keep your squash maybe not as mushy, that might be another reason to either serve it separately than the sauce and the meatball, so it's not like in the pot. Or also, it might be better to just like undo it. Like if I put it all on here and just kind of separate it, so the residual heat doesn't like make it mushier. The steam. Because I want to put the broccoli in kind of last, because I like my broccoli to still be a bright green and crispy. So, and I'm pretty sure, depending on how you like fork your squash too, you can have longer strands. I'm just like, I kind of don't care, you know? So if they're short, no big to me. Okay, yeah. And I'm going to give everything kind of a quick little taste to make sure that it's good. See if we need to add anything else to it. Maybe a little more salt, a little more pepper, a little bit of, you know, this, that. Okay. Let me see. I think more salt and pepper for sure. Just because I think that the squash itself can use more. Because obviously we were only able to salt the outside of it. So let's give it some more. And yes, the meatballs will obviously have salt in them, but some of the squash itself. I think we only need, let's add cheese. Let's add the cheese to it. And back with the parm. And honestly, Parmesan is a little salty. Some of that. And also, I think a squeeze of lemon would be good in here too, but I don't think I have any lemons in this house right now. So unfortunately, we will not be able to do that. Oh yeah, okay. This looks pretty good. Oops, man. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I wanted to eat it over here so the fellow would fall back in, but I was like, oh, that doesn't look good for like the camera. But like me spilling everywhere, does that look good for camera? No. Better. Gonna add some mushroom umami in here. Gonna add to the mushrooms that are already in here too. But yeah, this is again. I mean, I say this every time I do a cooking stream, but this is the parts I like about cooking, where it's like just see what's good, you know, like literally see what's good. I like the parts where I can taste it and be like, oh yeah, this is nice, or it's like, no, this needs a little bit more of that. I think, or it's again finding out what the balance of flavors is. I'm gonna put these aside. I probably will scrape those out a little further, a little more. And let's start on this broccoli. Okay. I'm gonna put them in here, and then I'm just gonna put the lid on, let it steam up a little bit. Because I want my broccoli to stay nice and bright green. I don't want it to get too wilted or anything. So I try to put it in close to when I'm done. You know, like it just, a little bit of bite is good on my broccoli. I don't like it when it's too much. And look at the color in that, excellent. And this is the stem of the broccoli, and I actually don't have a problem with it. Like I actually like it. I know not everyone does, but I do. I just kind of give it a quick little trim, and I will cut it into pieces. At least, you know. Let me see what I can get out of it. Like little spears, chunks, whatever. We'll throw those in there. Oops. I'll save this for the compost. All right, let me give everything a nice little toss. And then, I think, you know what I mean? I might do a little, just another touch of water. It's a little dry in here. So I'm gonna lower the heat. Touch of water. And then the lid on. Let me just stir it up. Just because I want there to be water to make steam for the broccoli. And we'll see. I'm sure it'll all sizzle away. In there. Let it steam up. Okay, let me chug some water because I'm thirsty. Wow. Okay. Let me see if I can clean anything up too. Okay, I'm going to use this parsley to top it later. I'm just going to collect. I'm going to throw, actually, I'm going to scrape this, and then I'm going to, look at that, there's still a ton there. But I'm going to put these little broccoli bits into the skin and put it in the compost bin. BRB. Ouch. Okay. Okay, what's that? Okay. You're getting messy up in her. All right, I think we're done with generally everything after this then. Okay. Put those extra bits in there. I will say, I think I may have added the spaghetti squash a little too early because obviously adding it with the sauces and stuff in here and like the mushrooms, it makes it a little brown, which is again why I think people also like to serve everything on top. So you lose a bit of the brightness of the spaghetti squash because of like the sauces and stuff on it, and the mushrooms and the meatballs and the broccoli. But this looks really good. Let me see. I think the broccoli might need more time. Oh no! Okay, we got you. We got you. Nice. I wasn't sure, Pam. Okay. Hands need a quick rinse again. Crossing. Crossing. Okay. Let's put some on our plate. Make sure we have not only the spaghetti squash strands, with some broccoli because you know we need them greens, and a couple meatballs. Hell yeah. Got the mushrooms too, right? Amazing. Oh, you know what we need to do? Let's top off everything with a little bit of fresh parsley. And I'll make sure to save some for my personal bowl. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then, move this up a hair. Scrape this. You want to cover it for now. And put a little cheese on top. Oh yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, left of me. Grab all this shit and put it on the counter behind me so I have some space. Let's give everything a nice little wipe down. Nothing crazy, but just to get this stuff out of our way. Clean kitchen is a happy kitchen, y'all. Okay, perfect. Great. Now let's try it. Let me make sure this is off. Okay, great. Oh yeah. So here they are. Again, our spaghetti squash strands here. Mine are a little chunkier, but I will say I think I didn't really scrape it in one motion. I kind of cut across, but some of them are strands like that. And then obviously we have our meatballs and some broccoli and mushrooms in here. Oh yeah, they're good. They're good. Let me try the meatball as it is. Okay. Pretty soft. I like that. I wasn't sure. I was hoping that they'd stay nice and soft, but and they are. These are good. I'll take inside of it if you can like see that from there. I don't know if you can, but quite delicious. Hell yeah. I will say the meatballs definitely bring a lot of flavor into the dish as well. But I also didn't use any like flavored stocks or anything in it, but just saying. That shit pretty damn good. And I personally love mushrooms, so I like that flavor. Super delicious. Yeah, this is definitely a nice low carb version of a pasta. Obviously, when you do any of those like dietary restriction things, it's never going to be the same. Like it's not pasta, obviously, but I think I can what's it called? Scratch the itch. There are some of those clear noodles, which are also like keto friendly, low carb friendly, that I freaking love. I think it's like Shira something noodles. I don't know, but or kelp noodles. Kelp noodles can do that too. I wonder if this could be good with kelp noodles. Maybe. But the star is definitely the meatballs. Honestly, because I have all of this meat left over, I don't think great to use later. So again, this is like meal prep really. So I can put it in the freezer and then bring it out any day. I can use it as a meat to top again another pasta maybe, make more meatballs. I can use it as like a patty to have. Oh yeah. And here's your bite. Make sure you taste it too. Here you go. Try it. Yummy, right? Very good. I'm a big fan of these meatballs. I'm a big fan of balls. What I like too about having this spaghetti squash is that, like, if I had another plate of this, I wouldn't feel like I'm eating so much carbs, because obviously I'm not. It's like, ooh, I'm having more veg. Nice. I feel like when it comes to squash noodles, like you'll do zoodles, like zucchini noodles, and or whatever. I feel like what I like about the spaghetti squash is I'm like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You know, I feel like I don't know how else I would eat the spaghetti squash if it wasn't roasted, but like with zucchini, there's just so many options. I love it in stir fry and stuff, so like I don't have to like use my I want vegetable noodles with a zucchini. If anything, I could do like spaghetti squash with zucchini in the mix. Like instead of adding broccoli or something, I could totally do zucchini in it. But yeah, I literally just fucking housed that shit so fast. Holy shit. You girl, me was fucking hungry. Let me grab some water. Come on, speed it up, speed it up. Yummy. All right. Let me just take a quick little breather. Let me try to clean some shit up, and then we can try these blondies. And here's what it looks like. It's now it's cool. I can like show you better. Granted, it literally just looks like a cake or something, but we'll see what happens when we open it up. It is a little golden on the outside, so hopefully it's not like burnt or anything, but we shall see. Okay. Oh my god, all these damn dishes. Oh, really dishes. Okay, crossing into the sink. Also, today is the 12th. Don't be forgetting that it's RM's birthday, RM of BTS's birthday. So make sure you stream his music for his birthday. Essentially, like Never Play, Megan Thee Stallion featuring RM of BTS. Don't forget, this is his birthday. Okay, he deserves it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not too hot for me to touch. I wonder if this is one that can like come right out. Maybe. I mean, probably can. I'm gonna try it. A big boy cutting board. Cause like I panned that bitch up. Come on. Rude. That's very rude. Very rude of my hand to do that to me. Maybe I didn't put enough Pam in it. Last week I put so much Pam in my brownies, or what did I make last week? It wasn't brownies. Oh, it was like pumpkin bread. It was pumpkin bread that I made last week. Yeah, let me give it a quick little, scraping along the sides, and then maybe she'll come out nice and easy. But the pumpkin bread came out like no problem. Come on. This is rude. Alright, well next time I gotta drown that shit with Pam. I thought I did though. Really, Pam? There it is. Oh, gave it a little too much pressure because the inside, there's a big hole in it. But, it's good though. I'm in a hole. Alright, well I guess we have to cut it down the middle that way. And we'll do. Okay, that was not even at all. Okay. Cutting it into a 4x4. Wow. I gotta go back to school, man, because I cannot figure out my fractions here. These were not in halves at all. But I wanted to try I was trying to finish like one only has one edge. So I'm not someone who cares as much about the corners. Okay, well let's look at the inside. See that? It's definitely like cooked all the way. It's still kind of soft on the inside. There it is. Oh yeah. Very good. I guess you could have also added chocolate chips into it. Because it is what I had mentioned before. The blondie kind of reminds me of like the cookie dough part of it, but it still does. This one only used brown sugar, so there's a bit more of like a caramelization flavor to it. But The texture is like more of somewhere between a cake and a cookie. So kind of like, again, this is really just like a vanilla flavored brownie. But I think if my brownie was this texture, I probably wouldn't be that happy. So like I said, somewhere between a cake and a cookie. It's definitely not like fudgy the way a brownie would be, but I like this. Nice job, Nils. Let me find a plate to put these blondies on. I'll put these on the plate. I kind of do my usual thing. I don't like to have all the sweets in my house or anything, so I'll probably just give them to like give some of them to like my sister or something. And my dad will eat them though. My dad likes treats like this. But yeah, so if anyone in this chat who knows me IRL would like any, please let me know. I can pack some for you. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I guess this has to be one that's be eaten because I fucked it up. Oh, but these died. Wow. They're very good. I like it. I need a bomb of milk. That's what I need. Awesome milk. All right. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, fam. I'm like ready for a nap. Here's the lessons I'm learning today. I need to charge my computer. Number 1. Number 2, the camera's still working here, which is great, but I'm sure my phone must be like dead or close to dead. But this was our stream today, our cooking stream. How did we feel about it? I mean, I wish I could have got it started earlier so that I could have like done a little more with you guys, like to actually, do the roasting of the spaghetti squash on stream. But alas, I was worried. I didn't know how long things would take. But yeah. But I did a lot of fucking a lot of trial and error today. I wasn't sure because again, with like the strobing problem that we had last week, I was like, okay, well maybe if I bring up different lights, because I know I brought up the ones I use in my stream room, and it did nothing. So I'm like, crap, I gotta move everything back, man. There's a lot of back and forth. But yes, I was kind of like flustered when I started, but it's always a good time. It's always a good time hanging out, chilling. Yeah. But I'm ready for to relax now. I gotta wash all these dishes and then relax. What you think? Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I appreciate if you popped in for the first time, if you just came to hang out. Obviously, you're welcome to spend your time however you want, and I genuinely appreciate that you chose to spend some of it with me. Yeah, so I will probably be back either one of the days this weekend, probably not tomorrow. Actually, maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. But I'm still working on that Hades grind. I'm trying to do a longer stream where I just fucking push through it because I want to finish that shit ASAP. I'm trying to finish before the end of September so I can start working on a Hades cosplay. But yeah, so I will see you guys hopefully next time. And oh God, okay, something scary. I think a squirrel just ran across the deck. Scared me. But yeah, I will see you hopefully soon in the next one. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a big burp. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye!